Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Emma. This is Destination FBA, and all these videos are about selling on Amazon via the Amazon FBA program. So whether you're new to selling on Amazon, whether you're a little bit more experienced, hopefully there'll be something here that you can all take away that will help you better your business. Now, what I wanted to look at today specifically is analysing deals and why it's so important we analyse every single item before we make any purchase. Now, if you just jump straight in, you don't do that analysis, you could end up with an item that just doesn't sell. Now, you might send this into Amazon, it could be sat on Amazon shelves for quite some time, costing you money in storage fees. This is also tying up your cash flow, and this could lead to much bigger problems later on. So what we really need is a good deal analysing software, and we need to use this every single time we are doing our sourcing. So the one I'm using and the one I want to run through with you briefly today is BuyBotPro. So what I'm going to do now is just load up a few different items and we'll go through them one at a time. So we'll look at all the different information that BuyBotPro is providing us. So things like the profit margin, the return on investment, those historical data charts, and we can use this to make a decision based on that information. So we can decide whether it looks like a good buy or whether it's something we need to stay well away from. So we started off on argos.co.uk, I've gone straight to the clearance section, straight to the toys, and I found this item here that's reduced down to £3. Now, I have installed the BuyBotPro Chrome extension, so this makes things a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is just right click here and click where it says BuyBotPro search on .co.uk. And what this will do is open up the manual sourcing accelerator along the right hand side just here. So all we need to do now is just scroll down to find the same item and click where it says Analyse with BuyBotPro. So we enter our buy price just here, which is already entered because I have analysed this previously, and then we can just click the Analyse button at the bottom. Now if we scroll down, this shows us straight away that yes, we can sell the item, it's not hazmat and it's not dangerous goods, it's also not meltable, there's no known IP complaints, it's not an oversized item, but we do have an amber warning for the buy box analysis and the variations. So if we just hover over here, we can see it says Amazon have shared the buy box on occasion during the last 90 days, although not as regularly as third-party sellers would prefer. So this is something that we do need to bear in mind. Now if we just scroll a little bit further to this detail section just here, we can see that the BSR predictor is really good. It's in the top 1% and the rating is 4,889. Now there's lots of BSR drops, which shows that there's lots of movement, there's lots of sales happening with this product. And then we've got our profit margin just here of 18.32%. We've also got information like the max sold price, the max buy cost, the break-even price, and our total cost just here. So if we just hover over this total cost, that is a breakdown of all the fees that we'll be paying. And just down here in the green section, we've got our return on investment, and we've got our total profit on this item as well. Now just a little bit further again, we have this BuyBotPro score analysis section. Now this is actually saying it's low, it's 0%, and it's showing red. Now it says it's got an average return on investment at 22%, but the deal has got lower profit and Amazon are on the listing. So BuyBotPro has analysed thousands of data points, and this score shows how confident BuyBotPro is in the deal. Now you don't have to avoid this item because BuyBotPro is giving you that score, but do bear in mind all the information it is providing you. So we haven't got a suggested purchase quantity because that analysis rating is so low. So normally if this was much higher, you would have a suggested purchase quantity of between 1 and 10 in this section. Now if we go down further again, we've got our estimated sales calculator. So we can see in the next 90 days we're expecting around 88 sales, and in the previous 90 days there's been 70. We've also got all the competition data. So if we did decide to go ahead and purchase this item, we can see exactly what stock is held by other sellers. Now what I want to do now is go back and look at the charts because I'm quite interested to see what the price is, see if the price is stable, see what has happened in the past, and I want to see what the percentage of buy box Amazon are actually holding. So would it be worth us making a purchase, or is it going to be too much to compete against Amazon? So what I'm going to do is just scroll back up and go to the chart section just here. So click on show charts, and this is going to bring all this information up for us. Now we can toggle all these on and off as we want to, just make it a little bit easier to read. But what we can see is Amazon have had stock for this whole period. So for the last month, Amazon have had stock continuously. If we change this to 90 days, exactly the same again. 180 days, 365 days. So this orange section just here shows us when Amazon have had stock. Now if we just go back to the 30 days, we can see that this price has stayed at $9.99 throughout the past 30 days. Now if we scroll down to the bottom, we can see the FBA price average as well. So we can see the last 7 days is $9.99, 30 days $10.28, $9.94, and so on. Now for all time, the average FBA price is much, much higher, but we really want to be looking at the latest data and looking at this Amazon price average as well. Now, the warning that we've got is that Amazon do share the buy box, but not as regularly as we might like them to. So this could cause us issues if we were to buy the stock and not be able to compete with them. So what we've got here is this buy box statistics section. And if we click on 30 days, we can actually see the percentage of the buy box that's been held. So this seller had 3%, and the seller below had less than 1%, and Amazon held 96% of the buy box. Now again, we can toggle through, we can look at 90 days, 180 days, 365 days. Now this for me would be a real concern. I could purchase this item, it has got a good return on investment, but if Amazon are hogging that buy box, am I going to make the sales? Is that stock going to be sat on Amazon shelves for the whole of Q4, tying up my investment? Now this is a decision that you can only make for yourself really. Now, £1.83 on an item that's cost you £3 is a pretty good profit, but you do have to look at this other data that's provided as well. So Amazon being on the listing, Amazon not sharing the buy box could cause you big problems. So for the second item, we're going to look at this Nintendo Switch game. So again, just right click, go to BuyBotPro search, and it'll open up the manual source and accelerator along the right hand side. So you can see straight away the game is at the top here. So again, click on BuyBotPro, enter your cost price, and then click on Analyse. Now if we just scroll down, we can see the dashboard, it looks good straight away. So there's no problems with eligibility or hazmat, dangerous goods, and the alert section looks good as well. Now if we scroll further down to details, we can see that the main category BSR is in the top 1%, and it's 360 rank, which is excellent. Again, there's lots of BSR drops, so this is a good indication that this item sells really, really well. Now you've got a profit margin of 12.71%, so not as high as the other item, and your total cost at £8.18. It gives you a return on investment of 14.56% and a profit of £3.81. Now if we just scroll down to the BuyBotPro AI analysis, it's still shown as red. It's shown as a low score with 3.58%, and it says this deal is outside your chosen deal criteria. Now you can set the criteria, so you can set the minimum ROI, the minimum profit you want to receive. So this is outside the criteria that I've set for myself. So when we look at this BuyBotPro score analysis, it says it's got a low return on investment of 14%. The deal does have average profit, but the sell price is unstable. So in regards to that sell price being unstable, I'm just going to go through, click the charts and see what information this is going to show us. So if I just toggle off a few of these just for a moment, we can see the buy box price is all over the place. So we can see at the beginning of the month the price was £29.75. It's come down quite a lot. It's gone as low as £25.88. It has come up again, but it is very all over. The price is very erratic, it's very up and down. Now if we just turn this back on again, now the BSR does look really, really good. There is a lot of movement on those charts, and this heat map along the bottom here shows us where there's intense periods of sales. So where this is red, that indicates there's lots and lots of sales going on. Now again, we can just scroll down and we can look at the FBA price average just here. So the last 7 days, 28.45, last 30 days is actually a little bit lower. And just get a good idea of what is happening with that price, how much it's moving. Now we can see that Amazon are not on the listing, so we know we don't have them to compete with. Again, we'll just scroll back to these buy box statistics and click on 30 days. So we can see that although this top seller has got 42% of the buy box, it has been shared quite often with others as well. Now if we just go back to everywhere and just scroll down and look at the estimated sales, this looks amazing. I mean, we've got some really big numbers here. Now the competition analysis for the top 10 sellers, they've got a total of 45 stock. So these are going to sell through that stock very, very fast. Now what you need to decide on this item is, are you willing to take a lower return on investment for fast moving stock that's going to bring you a reasonable profit? if you're happy to take that return on investment, so the 14.5% that it's offering, then personally I would go for this deal. Now whilst this is outside my set criteria, this is an item that I probably would go for just because it is such a good seller. Unfortunately, it has sold out. It's a Black Friday item, so I'm not expecting this to come back into stock. Now, if you do want to look in your local store, you may be able to find this. You may be really, really lucky. So up to you, might be worth a look. Now, with regards to that unstable price, I would say if that price starts to drop, hold out on your price, keep it as high as you can. Although the price is going down, it is coming back up again just as fast. So hold out, get as much profit as you can. Now for this final item, I've actually loaded it straight into Amazon, so you can see how it looks, you can see all the information within the BuyBotPro island, and just see at a quick glance how much information is there. So we've got our profit, we can see the return on investment straight away, the BSR, estimated sales, all this other information. So we can see that the BuyBotPro confidence score is really high on this one. It's above average at 57.92%. Now it is worth noting that it tells us the sale price is unstable, but the sales have been really good over the last 30 days and this deal has great profit. So if we just go on to the right hand side, scroll down as we did before, we can see everything within the dashboard, everything within the alerts looks really good. It's all green, nothing to worry about. Now in the details section, we can see the BSR is in the top 2%. It's 82,231. And there's been quite a few BSR drops in the last 30, 90 and 180 days, which indicates quite a few sales are happening. Now again, we've got the total costs, and this is broken down if we hover over it, so we can see the referral fees, the storage fees, our fulfillment fees, it's all there. And then just below we've got the return on investment and the profit, just it shows at the top in that BuyBotPro island. Now scrolling a little bit further down, again we've got this score here, 57.92, and because it is above average, we're actually getting a suggested purchase quantity this time. So it's suggesting we purchased 9 of these items. Now a little bit further down, we've got the estimated sales calculator, so we can see the previous 90 days, the expected 90 days, and we can see the competition analysis as well. So there's only 4 FBA sellers and they've got a total stock of 19. Now along the left hand side here, we can see the buy box statistics again, and we can see that that buy box is being shared quite well amongst all the different sellers. So this is another really good piece of information. Now if we scroll down, we can see the average FBA price. And if we go back up to the charts just up here, we can see exactly what's happening. So we can see that this buy box is very up and down. So just here, it's as low as £21.90. And then at present, it's up to £30. So again, if we do make the purchase, just keep an eye on that pricing. When the price drops, try and hold out if you can. Wait for everyone else to sell. That price will come back up again. You'll make as much profit as you possibly can. Now all in all, I would say this is a really, really good item. It's got good sales, it's got a great profit margin, great return on investment, the BSR is really, really good, and there's no alerts, nothing we need to worry about. Now again, unfortunately, this item is out of stock at the minute. It's got quite a long lead time on it, so it's not an item I'm able to get at present. It is an item I've sold in the past and I've done very, very well with it. But this just shows you the kind of things you need to be looking out for. It's not all about the profit margin, it's not all about the return on investment. Always take a look at these historical data charts as well as everything else, and you can click back, just have a look over the past, see what's happened over certain periods of time. Now if we really want to, we can look at the all-time data and we can select periods of time, we can drag across and we can zoom in, so we can see exactly what has happened during certain periods. But all in all, I would say this is a great item. If it wasn't out of stock, I would definitely be buying more. So I hope that's just helped give you a bit of an idea of how much information BuyBotPro is drawing in for us. So we don't just want to be looking at that profit margin, that return on investment, we want to be looking at everything else as a whole as well. So we need to be keeping an eye on that BSR, we need to see if Amazon are on the listing, if they are on the listing, is there any evidence of them sharing the buy box? And then we've got things like IP alerts, can we actually sell the item? Is it hazardous? Is it a meltable item? There is so much we need to be aware of. So just use all of that data to make the decisions and invest that cash wisely. It's better to take a little bit longer doing that sourcing, doing that analysing, than ending up with lots of bad deals. Now if you have any questions at all about BuyBotPro, about the sign up, or anything else in general, please do let me know. Pop a comment below, jump in our Facebook group, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully that helped you. I'll look forward to seeing you soon.